Hey ladies, my name is Teresa and I want to welcome you back to another TV Styles video. Here at TV Styles, I make content for women in their 30s and beyond. Don't worry if you're not quite 30 or if you're a little bit further on the beyond side of things, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button because there's content here for you as well. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to learn a little bit more about who I am. And I am going to do that through the form of a 20 question Q&A that I've put together myself. And hopefully, it helps you guys get to know a little bit more about me. And if there are other questions that I don't answer that you may be curious about in this video, please feel free to send me an email or leave a comment down in the comment section below so that we can chat. So I do have a total of 20 questions that I'm going to be answering for you guys. 20 questions that I have put on a random wheel, so I don't know which order these questions are going to be coming in, and I'll do my best to be as honest as possible, as transparent as possible with you guys. And like I said, if you get curious about anything else that's not covered, please leave a comment down in the comment section below so that we can talk a little bit further. Let's get right into these questions. So the first question is, why did I decide to start a YouTube channel? Honestly, guys, starting a YouTube channel for me has been one of the best things that I could have done. I honestly, after the pandemic is actually still going on, I needed a creative outlet. My husband and I, like most people, had been spending so much time in the house, at the time in the apartment, and it was just watching television show after television show, occasionally running out to the grocery store, and I just needed something different. My husband had his video games, and honestly, I didn't really have much else to do. I decided that since I really loved watching YouTube channels, why not create my own? So starting the YouTube channel has really been a wonderful creative outlet for myself. Like, I really enjoy it so much, and I can't wait to just continue this journey with you guys. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. If not, I'll use this as a plug. Please hit that subscribe button and join the family. Question number two is, what is your current job versus your dream job or career? Currently, I am a senior benefits analyst for an industrial company, and I essentially work in HR. I have been working in this role for almost 3 years now, and I love everything about it. However, my dream job would be doing something creative, whether that be, writing plays. I love it all. I love writing. I love creative writing. I sometimes like to sing. When I was younger, I used to sing a bit more. Haven't really done it much as an adult, but just something that allows me to be creative. Maybe YouTube could turn out to be, my full-time dream job, but it would definitely be something where it allows me to be creative and work for myself. Question number 3 is, what is the last thing that I watched on television? Now, I don't really watch a lot of television. I do watch a lot of YouTube. But as far as television, the last thing that I watched was a movie with my husband called The Forever Purge. Yes, I know. Yeah, The Forever Purge. We have seen every single Purge movie in theaters since those movies begun, and we enjoyed them. However, this last installment, I'm not really a fan of the storyline, and it was just blah for me. But that is the last thing that I watched. Question number 4 is, what is your favorite kitchen appliance? I have quite a bit of kitchen appliances, but I would say that my favorite kitchen appliance, and this is probably going to throw some of you guys, is my waffle maker. Like, my husband and I received a waffle maker for a wedding gift about 3 years ago. And when I tell you that it's the one appliance that we probably use multiple times in a week, like, we really love breakfast for dinner. That may sound weird, but we love breakfast for dinner. We love breakfast for breakfast, of course, and we love waffles. So I love making waffles in that thing. They just always come out perfect, so fluffy. And yes, I would say that my waffle maker is my favorite kitchen appliance. Question number 5 is, if I could travel anywhere in the world, where would I travel to and why? And honestly, guys, this is probably going to stun some of you guys, but right now I'm not really interested in traveling the world per se, because I've realized that as an adult, I've only ever visited states on the East Coast, and I want to do a tour of the United States. There's so much in the States that I have not seen, and so many places. Like I am right now, I really want to visit Texas, whether it be Houston or Austin or Dallas. Like that is next up on my list. Last month, a couple of my cousins and myself, we did get the chance to visit New Orleans. That was my first time visiting Louisiana. So I'm excited to just explore the United States. Like I said, there's so many places that I have not seen within the States. So that's my first priority. If an international trip does happen to come about, hey, I am open and welcome to it. Matter of fact, there is going to be an international trip that I'll be taking with my husband on next year. We'll be traveling to Jamaica for a friend's wedding. So we are super excited about that. But for right now, my focus as far as trip planning is focused on, checking out some of the places within the United States that I just have not seen. Because I've seen Florida, I've seen New York, but there's so many places out west. And I am just excited to explore the United States. This next question is, do I prefer drums or flats? And honestly, it wasn't until about 3 to 4 years ago that I had a preference. I always just ate chicken wings and never really thought about, which one I preferred over the other. But recently, I have been drawn to flats. They just seem so much easier to eat. They're more meatier, and I find that drums sometimes can be a bit more tough. So yes, I'm a flats girl at this current stage in my life. I would love to hear if you guys like drums or flats better, or if you even care, or do you even eat chicken wings? I don't know. But honestly, I haven't really had any good chicken wings recently. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what the case may be. So I haven't really had chicken wings recently, but I do prefer flats over drums. Question number 7. What is my favorite place to shop for clothes and why? As of late, I would say that I enjoy shopping at places like Boohoo and Fashion Nova, which are both online boutiques. If I'm going into a physical store, I love a good Ross shopping trip. And then also I love Target as well, because their clothes are super, super, super cute. So that's about it. I do want to maybe venture out into purchasing some items from Zara. It's always hard for me when it comes to Zara because I can't really tell what something's gonna look like on me, because their models are just doing the most. Yes, they're doing the most, but I am probably going to maybe buy a piece or two just to try them out. And as a runner-up, I would say I do like shopping from H&M as well. Sometimes the sizing can be a bit funny with H&M, but I do enjoy shopping from H&M occasionally. Question number 8 is, what is your happiest memory? And honestly, I've had quite a few good memories, but I would say that the happiest memory that I have would be my wedding day. My wedding day was absolutely beautiful, and I'm just so proud of the work that was done around my wedding. Like, the decor, the food, the friends, the family, we had a ball. It was really, 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 really beautiful wedding. Honestly, I was exhausted by the end of it because I had done so much work leading up to the wedding, but it was definitely worth it. And our pictures are absolutely beautiful. And I would say that yes, our wedding day is my happiest memory. Question number 9. Now, this is a question that I probably get more often than I want to. But hey, why not? I decided to answer it here for you guys. And it is, do you and your husband want kids? And if so, how many? And yes, we do. The answer is simple. Yes, we've been married for going on 4 years now. And I'm 35. He's 35. Well, actually, he just turned 36. And yes, we are probably a little bit later to the game than most. But for us, we wanted to make a conscious decision to do a few things as far as finances are concerned. We wanted to get into the house, which we have now done. And kids are definitely, I would say they are coming in the near future. Well, I don't I don't know about the near future, but kids are definitely in the plan. And I would say we've talked about it a few times. I want twins. I would love to have twins on the first time out. I am praying for twins. We do have a few sets of twins in my family. I would love to have twins because the way that I'm set up, I really cannot see me going back after giving birth the first time around. That could change. But kids are definitely in the near future. We would love to have two. If possible, if God decides that, he wants to bless us with more, then that's fine as well. Question number 10, finally, guys, this is going to round out part 1 of this Q&A about me. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more about who tebystyles is. And question number 10 is, what are the 3 most important things in my life right now? And this is pretty easy for me. It really hasn't changed at all, just a little bit. But number 1 is definitely my relationship with God. He sustains me. He gives me strength. He is the creator of all things, and definitely got to keep that relationship with God intact so that everything else can fall in line. The second most important thing to me would definitely be family. And by family, I mean my husband's family, my family, including my mom, brother, cousins. Like, I love my family. I am big on family. Can't wait to expand my own family. And third on the list would just be, I would say, peace and happiness. When I tell you, if you don't have peace in your life, if you're not happy, nothing else matters. So right now, anything that gives me peace, anything that keeps me sane and healthy when it comes to my mental, I am all for it. But anything that disturbs my peace, I want no parts of it. So definitely heavy on the peace these days. So those are the 3 most important things in my life right now. And once again, that's going to end part 1 of this Q&A. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this. I am going to be putting up part 2 probably right after this, but I didn't want to make this video too long. Thank you so much for sticking with me through these first set of questions. Please be sure to watch my latest video in which I shared my entire skincare routine with you guys. So catch up if you have not already done so. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.